Hey, everybody. It's Eri from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update, and I have a question for you. Do you really know Dogecoin? Do you? In less than 10 minutes, I'm going to let you test your knowledge. I'm taking you now back to a headline that you see December 18th, 2013. Bitcoin crashes to $500 after Chinese crackdown, but Dogecoin is going strong. Now, fast forward to April 18th, 2021, where the headline reads, Mike Novogratz says Doge doesn't really have a purpose. In this video, I'm going to show you Novo and a handful of other maximalists who have brought great division to this space. They're wrong. And now, have a look at this tweet from November 27th, 2013. This is the beginning. This is the beginning of the coin, which uses the Japanese breed Shiba as its mascot and logo. And it reads, investing in Dogecoin? Pretty sure it's the next big thing. Yes, this tweet was sent out in humor. And here is the man behind that tweet. That is Jackson Palmer, a marketer at the time at Adobe. And then he was encouraged by all his friends to actually make something happen. So he built a website. And the website was on the URL dogecoin.com. There was no software that had been written. And that's where Billy Marcus, a software developer at IBM, contacted him with an email. And Dogecoin was born, December 8th, 2013. It is a fork or a copy of Lucky Coin. Lucky Coin is a fork of Litecoin. Litecoin is a fork of Bitcoin. So basically, Dogecoin is a clone of Bitcoin. On January 28th, 2014, Palmer acknowledged that it had taken on a life of its own. And I quote, he says, "What I'd really like to see is for Dogecoin to become the default tipping currency of the internet." In this Vice article, December 24th, 2013, just 16 days after it went live, let me read to you the quote from Palmer, who was a big fan of the giving community. And it's brought out the good nature of folks on the internet, and that's something I really like to see, he said. People are being generous. They're not being negative, and I think that's what's key to this community. And I think it will into the future. So February 2014, the Dogecoin community raised money to send service dogs to kids and families in need. And then Doge pushed for a charity drive to sponsor the Jamaican bobsled team for the 2014 Winter Olympics in Sochi. A total of $129,000 was donated. That's not a joke. That's a real-life impossible dream that was made possible with the help from Doge. Palmer said at the time, "We're supporting the under Doges." The Doge for Water tipping fundraiser had a goal of 40 million Dogecoin, at that time $50,000, to create a fund where 2 water wells could be built in a drought-stricken eastern area of Kenya. No, not a joke. Not a joke at all. In fact, Novogratz, have a look at this video.
Earlier today, they walked us 1 hour down to the Tana River, which is just this murky, brown, viscous river. And we watched as kids got water, and the men threw mud into the river to ward off the crocodiles. It's really hard to believe. This is the everyday reality. People are walking every single day, drinking dirty water, and we want to change it. We know we can change it here, and we're excited to bring clean and safe drinking water to all the people living here.
There was actually a little boy who died. His name was Mendogo, and he was killed by an alligator while he was fetching water from that very, very dangerous water source of the Tana River because of the drought. So I think that you can't tell his family that Dogecoin is a joke. As the article from Ripple Insight states, where Bitcoin is intimidating, Dogecoin is all fun and games, according to Ben Doemberg. He is, at the time, he was the board member of the Dogecoin Foundation in 2014. It is all about promoting a culture that is user-friendly, unintimidating, and welcoming. It's immensely powerful. And I think it can be attributed to many, many people coming into the space because of that culture. In this TechCrunch article by John Biggs, June 2014, Palmer hoped that people would never lose their lightheartedness, this generous attitude of the community that had been built up. And it saddened him to see it all kind of switch into everything about money. And that's why he originally named Doge Doge, because he embraced this very lighthearted cartoon and games website from the homestarrunner.com, which has these 11 wacky characters. And I want to show you the video that has one of the characters, Homestar Runner, on the left and Strong Bad on the right. You'll hear the actual clip, just 20 seconds, of how Doge got its name.
It's up my dog.
Oh, I am not your dog.
Wonderman, you quack me up. Quack me up. That's why you're my Doge.
Your Doge? What are you talking about?
So Palmer, being a fan of this creator, that's what inspired the actual name. I like that story. Now, Charles, I love you, really, especially for the good work that you are doing with Cardano, but this disappoints me. And I want to play the portion for everyone where you can see that this project, Dogecoin, has never been taken seriously. And it's a shame because, well, for one thing, it will soon have utility if that's what is so important to you, Charles, because it's going to have the smart contract capability on the FlareNetworks. Yeah, within probably a couple of months. I think Cardano is hopefully going to launch their smart contracts in August. We soon still have to see that, but have a listen to this portion.
Time ago. There was a joking comment about Doge getting smart contracts before us and conquering the entire world. Doge has always been, for our industry, kind of an inside joke, a pet rock, a fun, mocking cryptocurrency, lighthearted thing. And it just always seems to be around, but it's something we, for the most part, have never taken seriously.
I think it should have been taken seriously. Let's be clear, Doge has a community. Communities are so vital to the success of any cryptocurrency. And when it comes to price, the market decides the value. Large teams of developers, capital, along with aspirations, coupled with reality, can happen for Doge, just as it has done for many other projects like Cardano, Avalanche, Tezos, Algorand. To take an elitist position and put down other projects, I think is not good. Developers with common ideology of good, they can and they will push this coin. Here is a transcript from the developer of the Dogecoin core, Max Keller. He's located in Germany. This is quite recent. This is something from February 24th of this year. We count on the community to welcome and help new and returning people along their path into the crypto world. If you want to help, join our communities and provide your expertise whatever the sphere. This is not just a Dogecoin thing. I believe the whole crypto ecosystem could benefit from that. And so that's, I guess, where I stand, is that if this is the project or coin that brings in new people into the crypto space, all boats rise with the tide. And 2 hours ago, Jim Cramer said it all for me. I want you to listen to it, and then I'm going to wrap this up.
Another day in the sun. Let's switch our conversation over to a topic that has still some room to run, and that to me right now is Dogecoin, because it is Doge Day. It's also 420, and Elon Musk has called Dogecoin the people's crypto. And interestingly enough, Jim, Joe Weisenthal in Bloomberg's 5 Things column broke down how Dogecoin has been, and I quote, a better investment than Bitcoin for its entire existence. So I'm wondering, since you invested in Bitcoin, what would you need to see from Dogecoin to take it as seriously?
They can't. Nothing. I mean, nothing. I mean, you know, it's made up. They're all made up. You could argue U.S. dollars made up. You could argue, but
That's my point. They're all made up. Bitcoin, the US dollar, and yes, Dogecoin. But as the same as Bitcoin, if enough people believe it has value, it does. So I am going to end this portion of the video with a quote from Billy Marcus, the co-founder of Dogecoin, that he said just 2 months ago, and that is, it's his wish as the original creator that Dogecoin and the Dogecoin community can be a force for good. All right, everybody, we're jumping to the fluff. Yeah, well, like Dogecoin, a coin that's surrounded by traditional legacy banking, financial services that are just sucking the blood out of Bitcoin in all of its ancillary businesses, like, you know, data mining, custody, fund management, new financial instruments to speculate on. Yeah, I think parallels can also be drawn to the traditional kimono and businesses that have created a reinvention of new revenue streams. I'm talking about the high fashion maker in Kyoto, Wazigen Shizukuya. This is a line of kimono that is inspired by the samurai, and they brought out their spring 2021 line of kimono, and yeah, still with price tags that can reach as high as $10,000. I'm going to show you with one of their shots with a model. They still are having fun, and they can still also promote their new designs. This line is loved by musicians in Japan, those seeking the real thing, but with a bit of surprise and a little bit of whimsical wackiness. Here is the sax samurai looking very, very sharp, modeling one of their designs. And even you can have some fun with the camouflage under the hakama, as we see here in this picture. But don't get me wrong, on a serious level, you can look very cool and confident in a modern world, but just maybe being a little different than most. Using textiles that are as crazy as oilcloths in colors and patterns that have never been used before. Like Dogecoin, they don't take themselves too seriously, but still providing something that is useful. So if you never thought it was okay, it's okay. And when we talk about mainstream adoption, well, here we have a display in Shinjuku, Tokyo department store of those designs. And I think that it helps bring the kimono mainstream, still in a modern day. I hope you all can see the parallel. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.